What's going on, Nadu?
They do play Texas this week. How are you guys?
Why? Why? So fucking dumb.
Ask the schedulers. I'm not sure.
It's so fucking soft. I want to get back to the old show because apparently I'm racist and Smitty's racist and you're racist.
Oh yeah, I'm misogynistic. I hate women. I'm racist. I'm all this.
We say racist on this show, Jeff, so you know RACIC, racist.
Well, for years there's a rumor that's went around for me for years that I'm a terrorist. A lot of people believe that. There was a rumor I was on the no-fly list. All sorts of it's crazy.
I heard you died one day.
I heard. Yep, I've died.
That was big news. You died. Also, I've heard that you resemble the owner of the Raiders,
Spanky from Little Rascals.
Spanky. I've heard these things.
Absolutely.
You got Lancaster. Is it Lancaster out there or is it Lancaster?
It's Lancaster. That's what we call it.
Lancaster in Texas. Out here, it's Lancaster.
Lancaster, right? Yeah, Lancaster for us. But
and by the
Somebody
way,
told me I heard you only date black women. I heard.
I wouldn't say I only date black. No, I'm a little more open now, but I prefer minorities for sure.
Nothing wrong with that.
Like I said, minorities. He said minority. Like we're on a real sanctioned show.
I prefer minority.
Minority. Hey, is Lancaster a shithole?
No, I wouldn't say it is. I mean, it's definitely got some rough areas for sure. I mean, but it's a no, I wouldn't say it's a shithole.
So, because I'm trying to put evaluation together. So Lancaster and Dallas is a shithole. Lancaster and Cali is a fucking shithole.
There's definitely some bad areas of the city itself, but no, I wouldn't say it's a shithole. No.
Huh.
I love it.
Yeah. All right, let's get the brass sack. Nadu.
Yeah.
So your main man Julio Jones got added to your squad to the Eagles. How do you feel about it?
Well, I think they definitely need a third or fourth receiver. I don't know how much value he adds at this point. I mean, he's pretty old, but look, he's Julio Jones. I'm sure he'll do something. And look, the truth is, when you look at the Eagles roster, outside of Goddard, Smith, and A.J. Brown, they have not – Quez Watkins has not stepped up. He's always injured. Right. Zacchaeus is not a guy they're going to throw to regularly. They never got anything out of Jalen Reagor when he was here. They've never been able to find that third or fourth receiver. I would love for him to be someone that can help. Look, I don't know what he's going to do. Look, he's only on the practice squad per se, but I would think he could come in and give you something in a role. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, he was a great receiver at one point. So it's
hey, Jeff, they're saying you're in the wrong Discord. They're saying you're in the weather Discord. We have like 20 Discords apparently. So all the women want you back in the regular Discord.
Oh, really?
All the women want you in a Discord with them.
I didn't know I was in it. To be fair, right?
What does that mean? What does that mean, ladies?
I thought there was only one Discord. Is there a private women Discord? I'll be only only male in there.
Yeah, there is. There's a private women one. They would love you in there.
They get wild in that one though, Jeff. So you got to sign a waiver before you jump into that Discord.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I like waivers.
All right. Before we get into some games for tomorrow's game, especially let's focus on tomorrow's game. I want to get into some top fives here for you because you cover college, you cover NFL. I dropped some bombs on Smitty. I'm going to bring him back in here.
Yeah, I like these. All
right, let's go. Top five quarterbacks that just finished Sunday. Not top five overall, just our top five performing NFL quarterbacks of the past weekend. Here's mine. And go ahead and massage yours into that. Move them around however you want them. Those are my top five from this last weekend.
Yeah, I was going to put golf number one, obviously. I mean, they were terrific. I mean, who would have thought that all of a sudden the Lions could be the best team in the NFL? Pretty amazing. Yeah, I have no real issue with that list, to be fair. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't add anybody, I don't think. I think that's great. It was a very under-laden week. A lot of low-scoring games. So there's not a lot of great quarterback play across the league. Plus, when you look at someone like Jalen Hurts, he struggled. Obviously you have some really bad quarterbacks. Josh Allen, they didn't put up much. It was a low-scoring week. A lot of low-scoring games.
And speaking of QBs, my top five NFL teams as of today if I ranked my top 5, I got Detroit at 1.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's funny because I had a couple of folks over to my house on Sunday to watch the game, and you came up as a topic of conversation that you have an animosity towards the Philadelphia Eagles. And I said, I don't think he does, but I think your list here is interesting. Obviously, I have no problem with the top 3.
And I go week to week, Jeff, so we're clear. I go week to week.
But again, the Niners lost to a Browns team led by P.J. Walker. I don't know. I mean, not that Zach Wilson.
You lost to the Mormon MILF hunter. I mean, here's the thing.
Right, who without Sauce Gardner. That's true.
Now, Jeff, if you said, put a gun to my head, tell me who in like 2 weeks, I would probably have the Niners and the Eagles back in the top 3. I mean, I just go week to week. I go week to week based on the last performance. So
I think that's what a lot of people never realize is when you do those lists, it's like, no. Because I talk about it a lot, like with crime stuff. Like people are like, why are you posting this story from 5 years ago? It's like, well, it's a history show. The show's about history. Right. When you do lists, it's a current up-to-date thing. It's almost like live tweeting. You know, a team might look shitty in the first half and then kill it in the second half. And then they choose to look at the tweet from the first half. Lists are about current. And again, that list can change. I will say, though, when the rubber meets the road, I think the San Francisco 49ers are a better football team than the Eagles. I just do. Defensively, I think they're much further ahead. The Eagles secondary is a disaster. And look, I'm all for signing Julio Jones, but I don't know what this team's been looking at. They need a safety. Guys, they don't have, outside of Terrell Edmonds right now, Reed Blankenship is injured. They do not have another safety. They had a corner who was undrafted off the practice squad as their corner past game. Yeah. They need to add a safety. There's been talk that they may go out and try to trade for a Justin Simmons or Budda Baker or Jeremy Chin. They've got to do something. This team does not have quality starting safeties in the NFL right now. And against the Miami Dolphins, if they throw out this group, they're going to have a lot of issues.
Man, that's real, man. That's real. Because look, like you guys lost, what was it, C.J. Gardner-Johnson in the offseason? Like, you lost some, like, big-time cats. And I think, a lot of us kind of looked over it because they're still super talented, but you're not the same team as last year. You know what I'm saying? And I think we're starting to see that a little bit now.
Absolutely.
Stay in the NFL real quick. Top 5 NFL performances of the weekend. I had the Jets for getting it done against your Eagles, just because of the fact that their defense travels. And I don't know. I think the Eagles probably beat them 7 out of 10 times if they played right now. But if the Jets figure out a quarterback and offense, they may be one of the best teams in the NFL, as I predicted before the season. Cleveland, without Deshaun, they go in and beat the. Here's the thing about it, and this is why I've been on Purdy's head. Purdy without his dudes is just another guy. Let's just be clear. And if you are the guy, then you should have fucking won the game without CMC and Debo. You should have been able to hit Ayuk or fucking Kittles or one of your guys. If you're the guy, you get the win. Period. That's just how I look at shit. I don't want to hear it. I get it. You need players around you. But Brock Purdy definitely needs all he can get because he is not a guy to carry a team on his back. Let me just be clear. So these are my top 5 performers of the week. The Bengals are number 6, right, hanging on the edge. They're getting better, but I got to see more consistency. Geno Smith threw for 363, should have won the game. I thought Seattle would have went to 4-1, which would have made my prediction in the West look a lot more interesting with the Niners. They struggle there. So the Bengals would be on the outside looking in on this list. But
there were 2 things I was blown away by. Well, one really, and I'll go to the other. The first one was how Seattle lost that game to the Cincinnati Bengals. I thought they played very well. I mean, Geno was good, but can't turn the ball over. Also, maybe throw the Cowboys into that list. Look, they won the game. They held Herbert in check for the most part. Were good defensively again. I know it was a low-scoring game, and their offense still doesn't look great. But in a week where there just wasn't a lot that went on, a lot of low-scoring games, as I alluded to, I don't have any issue with that list, though. You knew the Eagles and the Niners are going to lose eventually. It's just how it's going to go. You're never going to have undefeated teams.
No, that's real, man. Well, and you mentioned the real quick the low-scoring games, and we talked about a little bit all throughout the show, and even a little bit yesterday. Your opinion, Jeff, like what's the reason behind the low scoring games this season. Are you leaning on Coach JB and the poor quarterback play? Is it the defenses are catching up? Is it coaches are just bad? Like, is it just early in the season? What?
I think quarterback play is bad. We're also starting to see creep into college. Teams just don't want to kick field goals anymore. They go for it a lot more. A lot of these defenses have been significantly upgraded on the defensive line. And outside of that brotherly shove play, I mean, teams have struggled on 3rd and short, 4th and short. Dan Lanning in college, that decision to go for it on 4th and 3, that would have never happened 10 years ago. Coach will tell you that. That's a punt. You trust your defense. You knew that they were probably going to get a stop after Washington or Oregon had just gotten a stop. It's just starting to creep into football in general. Teams are not kicking field goals. They're going for 2. Analytics, as one of your people are saying, are destroying the game. They've destroyed a lot of games, a lot of sports. It's bullshit. I'm getting tired of it. I'll ask you guys kind of off the record a bit. This Heisman candidate trophy running this year, that's a very interesting award this year. I think there's a lot of deeper guys like Drake May, guys. He is a great. Why is he not getting any love in the Heisman race?
North Carolina is not sexy.
But yeah, I think that's what it is. Drake May been playing great consistently.
Hold on. This is why you need to start buying on Drake May. In a few weeks, they play Duke in UNC. It's the 2nd week of November. Right as college basketball starting. What is that going to look like? Prime time, it's going to be game day is going to be there, and that's going to put Drake May on the map. Drake May is related to Luke May, played for the Carolina Tar Heels basketball team. They won the national title. Drake May is a guy who's putting up big numbers. He's going to have the opportunity in the next couple of weeks in a passing offense to put numbers on the board. Remember, guys, they'll tell you this. The Heisman Trophy candidate, the Heisman Trophy winner is not decided in October. Washington still has a few very tough games. You got to play USC, Oregon State, Washington State. To have a kid that's laying 140 right now to win the Heisman Trophy, I have Penix. I think he's the favorite, surely, but we need to look a little bit deeper. Drake May's got some opportunities to get on the national stage, and that offense has the ability to put big numbers, which is what you need to do.
I'm a big Drake May guy. I like him even going to the NFL draft. I think he could end up being the best quarterback from the draft. He has all the skill set. I mean, look at his numbers even last year, man. He had Heisman numbers last season, but like JB alluded to, the fact that he's on UNC, he doesn't get the same limelight as Caleb Williams and maybe Michael Penix Jr. is getting. I watched a few games earlier on in the season, and he would have like 2 touchdowns, but he might throw 2 picks. So it was one of those weird games early on. But lately, he's been relatively clean, really been in the groove, and overall, man, I mean, he has that team rolling. So I agree with you. That big stage will be big for him, and they just got to keep winning. At some point, you keep winning, you keep getting lower and lower in the rankings, more attention will naturally be placed upon you. So,
hey, Jeff, I got an interesting guy. There's a guy out there that no one's talking about. There's two, but one of them is because he had a bad year. This year, their team's better, and he's showing that he was a big-time talent. A buddy of mine coaches the kid, Brady Cook at Missouri. He's very, very good, by the way. He could be a guy that gets on the NFL radar very shortly. Luther Burden III is a receiver there. I believe he's the best receiver in college football. There's not a question about it, in my opinion, after watching him. I watched him yesterday for 2 hours for the first time, and I said, oh, shit, this guy's different. Buddies of mine, Division I coaches, have been putting me on this kid, and they're saying that he's not on a Heisman list or a watch list is a travesty. Apparently, they think that Luther Burden should be a guy on the Heisman watch list.
Here's the thing. I think they have the best receiver core in America. Theo Weiss is terrific as well. They have a great quarterback. The problem they have is at Missouri, they're not going to be in the Final Four. They are not a national title contender. And it's hard to justify putting someone that is not relevant in the national picture in that. This was about 10 years ago. There was a kid at Navy, Keenan Reynolds. Unbelievable quarterback. The guy was just awesome. Like, truly was one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Every game was awesome. He belonged in New York. They didn't put him there because he played at Navy. I'm not saying Missouri is Navy, but the truth is they're not going to win the national title. They're not going to be in the Final Four. But I agree, Luther Burden should be a one-off because he is absolutely the best receiver in the country.
And that's where the inconsistency comes in for me, like where I can't stand it. because Caleb Williams wasn't going to win it last year either, and they got smacked by Tulane. And I know that's after the fact of the award handed out, but the bottom line is like they knew they were going to win, but USC has a marketability to them that just travels. And I think that's what's hurting May in North Carolina. That's what's hurting Bird in Missouri. I think all the hype being centered around Colorado has taken away attention from guys that are worthy and willing and deserving.
See, that's a great point too, because if they're going to put a receiver in there, they're going to put Travis Hunter over him. Right.
Yes.
And again, receivers just don't win. I mean, other than when you go to, Alabama, like a Devontae Smith, someone like that, it's rare though it's going to happen. But yeah, they're going to put Travis Hunter in there over because it is a popularity contest a lot of the time. And again, maybe a Drake May might be a better quarterback than some of the others that are in it. I mean, there's no quarterback outside of Penix that is, to me, looked like a Heisman Trophy winner. And the problem you're going to have with like a JJ McCarthy, that offense is not built to put up big numbers from a quarterback standpoint. They just aren't. They rest people in the fourth quarter. I don't think he's seen a fourth quarter, has he, Coach? You'd have to look that up. But every game's 52-7. It's all the running game. They run the ball 60% of the time.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting to say the least. All right, let me ask you this. I want to show this film real quick. Smitty leave? Okay.
Yeah, he's got it. Said he got to jump off for a second.
I want to show you this real quick. This is O-line for the Bears. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't.
Let me see if I can remove it because I can't. It won't play for me. Here we go. Go ahead, Bailey. My bad. Let Bailey play it. Rewind it. Watch this shit right here. This is obviously.
I can only imagine coming from the Chicago Bears what this could be.
Won't play, Bailey? Fuck. This motherfucker's struggling now. I don't know why. Not playing.
Every time you need a video, it never fucking plays.
I know. If you can get it up playing, let me know. Look at this, Jeff. Rewind it. Can you rewind it, Bailey? These motherfuckers are the center lets the left guard go.
That's funny. I didn't see that. It's very Bears-like, though.
Fuck it. I can't believe it. This fucking video. I can't stand this shit. This motherfucker plays patty cake with his own guy. Lets the fucking backer shoot right through a gap where he leaves from. That's my point to this whole quarterback thing, though. And I wanted to bring it up with Matt, and I forgot. Quarterbacks like Justin Fields, although he's not a passer, I believe he's a thrower and an athlete, but he's also under high duress. So is Daniel Jones in New York. So is who were we just talking about earlier? Minshew the other day. He didn't get a chance to really fucking play. He was playing from behind the whole time, and then you having to throw the football 50 times in a game because you're behind and you have no O-line, no running game. To me, quarterback's getting over kind of blamed, and O-line is kind of getting away with a little bit. But O-line play is atrocious across football. Well,
I'll throw this out right now. For instance, when you look at Jalen Hurts, Philadelphia Eagles, Lane Johnson went out with an injury the other night. Okay, without Lane Johnson, where he doesn't play a full game, the Eagles are 10-23. They just don't win. They don't move the ball. And that's something to keep an eye on as the week goes on. If Lane Johnson does not play against the Miami Dolphins, that offense is going to look like a shell of what it usually looks like. Because you can't lose a Lane Johnson. You're also without Cam Jurgens right now in the left guard position. Jack Driscoll is not a starting left or right tackle in the NFL. And you're right. Across the league, it's been a problem. It just
let's talk college before we talk about tomorrow's Thursday night. Fucking, I'm sure it'll be another barn burner on Amazon. Let's get into. I want to give you my top 5 worst performing college.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
And this is the teams that I thought were.
Colorado's got to be number 1 to me.
I don't know though because Colorado's not as good. Like SC was undefeated and you were a favorite.
But they were at Notre Dame, and you could see it happen. Colorado played Stanford. Stanford is the worst Power 5 team in the country.
But Colorado's not great. Let's be honest.
It's just hard to
blow a 30 lead. UCLA beat them twice in a row, and Arizona dominated them from top to bottom. Colorado gives up the loss, obviously. Miami let Georgia Tech beat them twice in a row. And then A&M's Jimbo has to be on the selling block right now because you just continue to fucking underachieve with a $40 million roster. That's what it is in college. So who would you move around? You said Colorado won. You would put who else?
Let me ask you, did you see the quote from that Stanford offensive lineman about the difference between Colorado and Stanford?
Mm-mm.
He basically said that they're a team, and they like the coach is talking about staying when he gets there, and he called Colorado a bunch of mercenaries that just go where the money is, and it was a very good quote actually.
I'm saying the same thing. I mean,
yeah, I hadn't heard that. As far as bad performances, though, I mean, outside of that, I don't know that there are really any bad ones. I mean, you kind of lit the nail on the head with most of them. I mean, I'd go down into the doldrums of college football and just bad football teams, but yeah, I would say those are quite good. I would probably put Colorado in one just because you cannot blow a 30-point lead to, I don't know, Oregon or something. Fair. But Stanford, I mean, you're at home. You got, you're finally playing a team that isn't good. There's no excuse. And then after the fact, again, Deion Sanders does not seem to want to take blame for anything. He has no idea why certain players aren't on the field. He's telling, ask them. It seems like they're a bit of a mess right now.
Yeah, and it could be, it could be a shit show.
And I'm also glad you mentioned Texas A&M and Miami, two of the most disappointing groups year after year in college football. Jimbo Fisher is overrated, always has been, always will. And the Miami Hurricane, I mean, what do you even say about them? I mean, they were a disaster after that Georgia Tech game, but then to follow it up, you can't get off the mat. Pathetic.
Let me transition to top 5 performing college football teams. Oh shit. Let me see. I don't think I have. There we go. There's my top 5 performing teams. Where are you at with that list?
Yeah, I don't mind this list. My whole thing is, I know you have to put Stanford in there. To me, like Arizona is look, good win. Washington State to me is kind of a middling group. I don't think they can actually win anything. That's cool and all. It's not surprising that they won. The mid to bottom Pac-12 is very questionable. We've talked about Colorado, Stanford, Arizona, all the Arizona States. I mean, they all kind of Arizona State put a good performance together against USC. A team that I'm going to throw out there that continues to, I mean, they just defy. I love watching this team. James Madison. Okay, they're quietly undefeated. Kurtson Yeti has done an unbelievable job. And let me tell you why it's so impressive that they've played so well. They cannot go to a bowl game. They cannot win their conference due to the stupid rule in college football. They have JB, the number 1 rush defense in America. They're allowing 1 yard a carry. Think about how good that is. They blew out another pretty good team in Georgia Southern over the weekend. JMU is legitimate. They've got a huge game tomorrow night against Marshall. Just a really quality football team. They're doing it. They're playing hard. Signetti's a great coach. Air Force, they're another good one. They continue to take care of business. I like the smaller teams.
To me, if you mention James Madison, you have to mention Liberty.
Absolutely. Another win last night.
Leaving Coastal Carolina, building that program.
Yeah, Chadwell, right?
Chadwell going over to Liberty, where Hugh Freeze left from, and left him some dogs, let's be honest. So Liberty had more talent that was in the building, obviously, than a lot of these other inheritance. So, but he's still, though, you got to get all 22 pieces moving in the same direction at the same time. And Chadwell's doing that. While we brought up our worst and best performances as teams, I got to get into this before our last 5 minutes of tomorrow's game. Top 5 performing players in college football this past weekend. Where are you at with this one? And let me make us bigger. The kid at Stanford, obviously, they're catching the ball over Travis. this guy put himself on the draft board, obviously, seemingly overnight. I have an interesting take, though. I think you can thank Prime in Colorado's viewership, though, for that reason, too. Like, he wouldn't have had that many eyeballs on him either, even though it was a shit time frame at 8 o'clock at night on the West Coast. He probably didn't do what he did until what? 1 a.m. on the East Coast? Because it was third and fourth quarter when he started to get loose?
I'm going to tell you right now, this is just a God's honest truth. I went out Friday night, and when I left the cigar spot that I was at, it was halftime. They were up, 30-0 or whatever it was. I didn't even look at the game. I just assumed they had won, and that was that. Woke up the next day, and I see they lost. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, how'd they lose? So I rewatched the game, condensed highlights. I mean, Ayumana was terrific. And by the way, shout out to him. I mean, I think he's from some little town in Alberta up in Canada. That catch he had it was incredible. Also, Coach, I just want to throw one other team in the previous segment that we had. The Pitt Panthers. What a performance by them against an undefeated Louisville. They beat up the Louisville Cardinals.
You call that game.
Yeah, I really like that spot for that group. That was a hell of a win. But yeah, Ayumana was terrific. Penix was great. Well done.
DJ's playing about as good as anybody over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Very accurate. Jonathan Smith, good friend of mine. He's a quarterback guy, played quarterback at Oregon State, obviously. So I could see that working. And then Drake May.
Do you think with Oregon State, do you think we're all worried about Washington and Oregon and USC? And then that group's just waiting in the weeds. They got a big game in a couple of weeks against Washington. That defense is probably, when we're talking about the top defenses in that group, Oregon State is the best defense out of those teams. I mean, Oregon looked to be a complete fraud defensively. Oregon State, guys, maybe to win the Pac-12, if you're out there, they're not going to get any love in the market. Everyone loves the Washingtons and the Oregons and those groups, but
Jim, let me ask you this real quick. Well, why is DJU so inconsistent? Even because I liked him at first at Clemson. Like, I remember the first game he played, I think Trevor Lawrence was hurt or something, and he had to step in. It might have been against Notre Dame. They lost the game, but he played a really, really good to great game. And I'm like, man, he's the next Clemson great quarterback, and shit just didn't go right. He's playing very well now, but he had a few games early in the year where we were like, he's going back to the old DJU. He's so talented. What is it about him that's making him so inconsistent, though? In your eyes, Eric.
You don't know, though, in my opinion, because a lot of people are calling Clemson a dysfunctional QB room.
Right.
Now you get a quarterback guy per se like Jonathan, who played the position, coached the position, and now you're seeing a kid actually. Remember, this is year one under him. He had 2 under Clemson. Right. He's starting to show last 3 weeks that he's been the most accurate passer in college football. So, it's interesting. Eric Weddle wanted me to show this for Big Smitty to everybody in the chat. Eric Weddle just sent me this. Please, everybody, watch this.
Those throws.
Yeah. Now we've got on a 4th down and
the worst play in NFL history.
You got Griff
who really called this?
Ready to take the snap.
And he actually snapped the fucking ball.
Colt Anderson is behind him. And what in the world?
I think the best part of that is Collinsworth, what the heck? And then Al Michaels, what in the world? It was one of those things. It was just like, what are we? Am I seeing this correctly?
So, you know what's funny? Somebody did a similar play like that. Was it in college a couple weeks ago in the red zone? But it actually worked for them somehow. But that made 0 sense. You got 5 motherfuckers lined up against you, 5-on-2 with a center and a running back playing QB. I don't know what the plan was. Why they didn't call a timeout to reset? I don't know what was going on.
Can you replay that again or no?
Yeah.
I just want to look at something real quick.
Phelan,
throw it back on there, baby.
Take the snap. He'll snap it. Actually, Colt Anderson is behind him, and
it makes no sense. Like, literally, if anything, you could throw a screen over there where your ball is at.
I was thinking, like, maybe you line up in shotgun and you quickly throw it to your right. But, like, you're all lined up there, too.
It was all bad, bro. They should have called a timeout. Somebody from over the top said, hey, coach, hey, retreat.
Was that Jim Caldwell, the coach?
That was who's on Pat McAfee every day. What's his name?
With the beat cancer.
Shit, yeah.
Pagano.
Yeah, Chuck.
Oh, Chuck.
Okay. Chuck Pagano, man.
Hey, I got some white people shit before we get into tomorrow's game. It is some white people shit. We've already shown a lot of white people shit today, Jeff. Obviously, but this is not a white person doing it. I got to show you this. Very interesting here. Let me pull it up. I got this for you. I got this one. Let's see if it works, Big Bailey, because I'm interested to see this.
Hey, JB call everybody big. Like, it don't matter what your age, what your size. You Big Bailey, you Big Nadu. I'm Big
He's
Smitty.
never called me that, though, actually.
That is
JB,
Mike.
You got to let Bailey play it, my guy.
I know. God damn it.
Why you keep trying to play it? You can't play it.
It's working, and then fucking the thing. Hey, baby, I'm gonna send you the chat. I'm gonna send.
He got it right. It's work. I think it's working now. So this is Mike Tyson.
Would you ever do that, Big Smitty?
We'll go rub a pet of a dog.
Yeah, I don't think that's weird. I mean,
this is like when I first came to your house.
Black people don't fuck with dogs, Jeff.
I don't know, but I wouldn't do that personally, but like I'm not black, but I wouldn't do that.
But Mike Tyson fucks with dogs.
Yeah.
Like Mike Tyson fucks with lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Like a dog is nothing to Tyson. And the dog was chilling. I came to your house first time. I didn't know what the hell. They jumping all over. So it was a different type of energy. That dog is chilling.
I think you can assume when you see a dog generally, you can see if he's like calm or
right.
And that dog just looks like if an intruder came in, I don't think that dog would do a fucking thing. He looks too big to even move.
It's not that black people don't fuck with dogs. It's just that if we don't know the dog, we're just hesitant. We're just like on our toes.
I mean, the guy did own tigers.
Yeah, he got tigers.
He didn't have tigers.
See don't give a hell.
Hey,
he had an actual pet tiger.
I meant to tell you, did you see that TikTok I put out? There's a new cartel monkey. This cartel member has a little spider monkey that he's hanging around with. The reason I bring this up is last year I did a story about there was a shootout in Mexico, and they went through all the wreckage, all the dead bodies, and they found a little monkey with a bulletproof vest on. It's a true story. And they called it the cartel monkey. And there were songs about this little monkey, and it was a big story. So there's a new one out now. And the hope is that he doesn't have the same ending as the old one. Did you see that, JB? Last year?
I saw it. Somebody in the Discord saw it too. They follow your show. I
gotta say something. When you say just for clarity, when you say cartel monkey, is the monkey just his pet, or is the monkey actively like taking the cocaine and like swinging from tree to tree and giving it to the next guy? Like,
the thought was that the original monkey that died, he was like moving around handling weapons and stuff, but this new spider monkey is just seemingly a pet. But they train the monkeys around guns and stuff. Like you can see guns in the background. And this guy that has the monkey, this El Plaga guy, he has a bunch of exotic animals. So
kind of, because I gotta look this up. Could the old monkey actually like handle the gun and like shoot?
Well, there's thought that he did. I've never seen videos, but there are songs about it. And he had a little small bulletproof vest. The photo's public. El Changuito. You can search it.
Hey, Chef, Big Smitty took a 30-minute fucking nap and then shit and then came back, and now he want to talk about the monkey in totality.
I want to know everything.
It is quite interesting.
Nadu, I'm the hardest working person on the Coach JB show with Big Smitty. So JB gets to drink all night, smoke cigars, and then hop on the show at 5:59 right before the show starts. I gotta do this.
Hey, Jeff, I bring out like 12 guests today, so Smitty don't even have to talk.
And also remember, after the show, he's gonna go like rub mustard on some sort of fucking meat somewhere, go golf, go get some sticks at the cigar lounge, and then come home.
I don't gotta go nowhere. But we got to bring Jeff out west, Smitty. We got to have a big time, maybe a Super Bowl party. I do one every year. I got a big one.
That might be the exact time. Great call.
Don't be scared, Jeff. Like
I got to drive to Woodland Hills again, Big Smitty, going past you. Again, my back, my balls, everything's out of whack. So, all right, let's break down this game tomorrow real quick with Jeff since we got him, and we won't get him back till Friday to talk about college football. Jack Saints. Sunshine back, I'm hearing. Dr. Jesse Moore said he's going to play. He said his knee's rehabbing very quickly. He's going to play. The Saints are reeling off of a bad loss to the Texans and CJ Stroud. We both said on this show, Jeff, to start the season, the Saints could very well be 10-win team because they play 0-star quarterbacks except for this game and I believe week 13, and they play Jalen Hurts or something. They have lost 3 games to 3 mids, and that just was not acceptable. That's going to get Allen fired, in my opinion, with that defense. Where are you at with this game? -1. It's a pick 'em, right?
It is. Saints are a slight favorite at this point. Guys, look, I'm going to continue. I bet this a few times this year. I'm just going with the under. I mean, the Saints are a great under team. The offense sucks. The defense is decent. It's a Thursday night game, and I'm going to just throw this out. 10 straight games involving the Saints have went under. 10 straight. I mean, they just don't even sniff the total. The games are like 17-7, 17-10. Again, Thursday night generally is an under game. I think the Jags are held in check offensively, and I actually lean the Saints to win the games. I think that bodes well to a lower scoring game here. I think heading on the road to the Dome, I think they could do a little bit. The Trevor Lawrence maybe. They're also off the London trip, right? So
I believe
they're
so.
3 in a row, I believe.
Yeah, well, they came back from London last week, beat the shit out of my Colts without AR5, and now they're pretty hot. I can see them losing this game. I can see them being on the high, feeling good. Saints come in motivated, great defense, physical. You guys already say the game's in Jacksonville, or you say it's in New Orleans?
It's in New Orleans.
Ooh, New Orleans. You're gonna be eating good gumbo.
Yeah, I like the Saints.
I like the Saints a little bit in this one.
Yeah.
I think the Jacksonville Jaguars mollywop them, but then at the other side of it, Amazon Prime games have absolutely been fucking a horrible game, and it's hard to go over that. I think it's gonna be another shit fucking show of a game. That's just, I can never bet Derek Carr, by the way, ever.
What is that? Oh, Chick-fil-A. Was it 9:00 a.m.?
Yeah,
9 a.m.
every show, Jeff. The motherfucker's wife brings him fucking Chick-fil-A.
What's that?
They got 35 years old.
They got breakfast there? I didn't know that.
What? Hell yeah. Chicken burrito.
I don't
fucking hash brown. You crazy?
Sounds good.
Hey, Jeff, hell yeah, hell no. We're going to be in World War III.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and I think it's actually very sad. Look at the state of this world right now. And does one fucking depraved motherfucker in this government do one thing for peace? Do they actually push for peace? Do they do anything? No, because they're all in the fucking pockets of defense contractors and weapons makers. They don't give a fuck, and they have no problem sending your son or daughter to die in this shit. And when it happens, they don't give a fuck because they're in an ivory tower somewhere watching the fucking flames come. They don't care about you or me or any of us. Fuck the government. Fuck all of them. I don't give a shit if you're red or blue. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Absolutely. Look at the state of the planet right now.
I've been on that way. I've been that way my whole life. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Jeff, we got you on Friday?
Yeah, I'll be here.
We'll pick the games Friday. Aubrey Huff, hopefully, will be back Friday. He didn't get a chance to come on. I bring all these guests on every single day so fucking Smitty could eat fucking Chick-fil-A and not have to really say much and do a lot. So shout out to Smitty.
I brought on TJ Ward. I brought on Lisa Ann. I brought on I bring on so many big time guests. It's scary almost.
I don't know, dude. Lisa Ann's not that hard to get on, bro.
I'm just saying I got her on. I'm just naming people. The people that JP get on super easy.
Like me, other people.
Jeff, Matt.
He just slapped everybody in the face, Jeff, by the way.
Jeff said it first. That's why I jumped into it.
Hey, Jeff, I don't know if we want to make this announcement, but this show going forward is going to be this. So Big Smitty is officially over and done. It is now Coach AB Show with Jeff Nadu.
Exciting. I'm happy to be
Smitty, how you doing? Hey, welcome
appreciate
in.
You guys, man, for having me on during the summer. These months been a great experience. My followers has went up. Anybody here that's Team Smitty who wants to continue to follow my journey, follow me on IG at Darnell_Smith95. Follow the Porch Podcast _ weekly show there. And hey, if you rock with me, I'm rocking with you, man. If you team Smitty, put Smitty in the chat right now. If you team Smitty, put it in the chat right now.
Interesting. None have said that.
You lost. What'd he say?
I don't see any. By the way, burrito at Chick-fil-A, that sounds not good.
Chick-fil-A is racist, by the way.
Yeah.
They are, but they're not open. Good.
They're also not open Sunday, I don't believe.
Yeah, because it's racist. They're racist.
Smitty,
by the way, most inner city folks need Sunday to find a fast food restaurant, and you're not even open. You are racist.
We cook soul food on Sunday anyway after church. We ain't tripping. Collard greens, you know what I mean? Potato salad. Come on now.
Racist. RACISSSSS. Racist. Hey, this is the greatest show on planet Earth. ERF. Appreciate Jeff, Matt, Steve. We'll be back tomorrow for third.
I got some shit I got to deal with right now. I got a mob lawyer hitting me up saying, I need you to call me ASAP. What could this be about?
Oh, shit.
Hey, do it live on the show right now. Break news.
Do it live right now. Shout out to you, Jada Benz, man. I appreciate you.
I need the Discord, the girl Discord. Invite me.
It'd be a lot going on there, Jeff. It'd be outside.
Damn, what the hell is up with them goofy ass glasses?
I'm about to roast you. What you look like, Jeff? I'm about to flame your ass.
What's up with them goofy glasses?
Jimmy Neutron head ass. I'm about to roast you.